Words alone aren't enough proof. How can I trust you? Yue Feng turned his head, asking the young girl. Clearly, after entering Ice and Fire Island, the place felt far too mysterious. If this girl were willing to help them, it would greatly increase their chances of success. After all, no matter what, she had been imprisoned here for a long time and likely knew far more about Ice and Fire Island than they did. I've been trapped here for centuries. I just want freedom. As for you, uncle, if you're worried I might harbor ill intentions, you can ask this big brother here to place a soul coating on me. If I have any evil thoughts, there's no way I could escape from your grasp. The girl said earnestly, clearly hoping to enlist Xiao Yin and his companions to help her break free, offering her aid in return. Will that work? Yue Feng turned to Xiao Yin. It will. Xiao Yin nodded with a smile, then looked directly at Yue Feng. This little girl had been imprisoned for quite a long time. But why did she still appear to be around 10 years old? More intriguingly, she had seen through Yue Feng's intentions at a glance. Clearly, there was more to her than met the eye. Brother Xiao Yin, please go ahead. Place a soul coating on her, then help her break free from her bindings, Yue Feng requested. A soul coating involved using one soul power to enter another's body, setting up a powerful defense mechanism. Should the person have any ill intentions, the terrifying backlash from the soul coating would directly attack the soul's core, easily piercing through and annihilating it. Big brother, please be gentle. I'm afraid it will hurt. The little girl, still bound by a massive stone, looked up at Xiao Yin with an innocent, childlike expression. Be cautious. People who appear harmless are often the most dangerous. Anyone imprisoned on Ice and Fire Island isn't likely to be a good person, Devourer of Souls warned Xiao Yin. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing, Xiao Yin replied calmly. He began channeling his soul power into the young girl's body to plant the soul coating while simultaneously remaining alert to their surroundings, ready to act at the slightest hint of danger. Time passed, and 5 minutes later, Xiao Yin opened his eyes. How did it go? Someone asked anxiously. I've placed the soul coating inside her. If she tries anything suspicious, I can detonate it immediately. No matter how strong she is, she'll be severely injured in an instant, Xiao Yin declared. Big brother, now that you're done, can you release these bindings? The girl's face looked a bit strained, clearly affected by the soul coating Xiao Yin had set. Heh, no rush. The stone binding you is filled with immense soul-sealing power, yet your own soul power is remarkably weak. I'm curious about your background, Xiao Yin remarked with a grin. Go ahead, tell us, Yue Feng chimed in with a smile. You people are truly awful. The girl glared at Xiao Yin and Yue Feng, as if she wanted to devour them alive. Moments ago, she had willingly ceased her resistance, allowing Xiao Yin to easily place the soul coating on her. Now, under the threat of the coating, she dared not defy them. My name is Luin, and I am a water-type cultivator. I've been told that my parents died when I was very young, but I've never seen them. I was sent to an academy right after I was born and raised by a teacher. Later, due to my talent, I was sent to a prominent local family. But who would have guessed that the young master of that family was a beast who harbored improper intentions toward me? Eventually, I learned by chance that my parents' deaths were orchestrated by them. I trained relentlessly, and one day, after breaking through to Do Xian, I massacred their entire family, 797 people in total. Afterward, I turned myself in at the super sect of the Eastern Continent. The elders sealed me here, the girl recounted pitifully. Then why do you still look like a 10-year-old? Shui Yu couldn't help but ask. It's because I accidentally consumed a rare herb when I was young. She trailed off, her face showing a trace of pain. Hearing this, the group couldn't help but feel some sympathy, but they remained silent. Xiao Yin and Yue Feng, however, exchanged a knowing smile. This girl sure knows how to spin a tale. But with Yue Feng here, I'd like to see what trick she's got up her sleeve, Xiao Yin thought to himself. Let her go. All right, pay attention. I'll suppress the sealing power of this giant stone. You can come out the moment the seal weakens. Xiao Yin said, then immediately rushed toward the giant stone. As he got closer to the greenish stone, a mysterious and powerful force of confinement slowly spread out. Under this power, Xiaoyan's strength was greatly restricted. Soul power. Xiaoyan didn't waste any time. He shouted loudly, and his radiant soul power surged like an ocean, charging straight at the greenish giant stone. Whoosh! The sound of water crashing against the stone echoed continuously. Then, to everyone's surprise, the little girl's body became transparent, and the next moment, with a splash, she easily broke free from the grip of the stone, landing lightly on the ground. I'm finally free. The little girl looked at the giant stone, then at Xiaoyan, still in disbelief, and said excitedly. What the little girl had just said was partly true. The part about being stuck in the body of a 10-year-old due to consuming medicinal herbs, but the rest was false. Now that she was free, she didn't act recklessly. After all, she knew her strength was far too weak. If she revealed her true intentions too early, she would likely be instantly killed by these people, not to mention the soul coating Xiaoyan had planted in her body. Humph. So, your goal is to save someone from the Ghost King realm? The little girl sneered, her voice cold. But my goal is quite similar to yours. Back when I fought the guy from the 6th level, my soul power was severely wounded. But once I devour his soul essence, my soul power will recover to its peak. Perhaps I should follow you for now. After all, your goal is the 8th level, while mine is the 7th. Right now, I'm not in top condition. Traveling with you could save me some trouble. Russell. The little girl landed softly and quickly began to calculate in her mind. Now, I think it's time to tell you about that person, right? Seeing the little girl had landed, Yu Yifeng smiled and asked. Naturally. The person you're trying to save is on the 8th level. And the guardian of the 8th level is a soul beast whose strength is comparable to a human's perfected 3-star Docian. The little girl's voice, as clear as silver bells, said slowly. What? On the 8th level? A soul beast whose strength rivals a perfected 3-star Docian? Hearing the little girl's calm words, everyone frowned in disbelief. The reason the 10th level had been so easy was because of the presence of Yu Yifeng, a powerful mid-2-star Docian. But the 9th level would probably not be so easy. The 8th level, however, would undoubtedly be even more difficult. After all, the farther down you went in Ice and Fire Island, the harder it became. I'm not lying. I've used soul power to reach these levels, so I know. The little girl, Green Lin, said softly. Well, let's go. The entrance is here. We'll head to the 9th level first. Shueyu pointed to a passage not far from the greenish stone and said, I want to follow you. Watching Yu Yifeng and the others move quickly, Green Lin couldn't help but look at Xiaoyan and his group with wide eyes and spoke slowly. Don't follow us. Since you've been freed, just leave on your own. Yu Yifeng snorted coldly. Clearly, anyone imprisoned on Ice and Fire Island was untrustworthy. I was imprisoned here, unlike you. I couldn't come and go freely. I can only follow you as a challenger. If I fail, I'll be sent out. Green Lin looked at them, eyes pleading. Let her come with us. After all, she's more familiar with Ice and Fire Island. Xiaoyan defended her. Fine, but if you cause any trouble, we won't let you off easily. Yu Yifeng glared at Green Lin with a fierce expression. Thank you, big brother. Green Lin bounced happily to Xiaoyan's side, smiling. This girl feels like she's hiding something terrifying. As soon as Green Lin got close to Xiaoyan, she suddenly felt an overwhelming pressure and instinctively took a few steps back. Let's go. With that, the group of 8 set off toward the 9th level. In the 3rd level guardian space of Ice and Fire Island. Eagle, why did you enter my domain without permission? At the peak of a massive mountain stood a resplendent cave, and from within it came a furious voice that swept through the space. Honorable King, I have something to report. It seems that some interesting individuals have entered Ice and Fire Island. The shadow, called Eagle, spoke slowly. An interesting person? The creature in the cave paused, its anger subsiding slowly. It understood that anyone deemed interesting by the eagle before it couldn't be an ordinary human. After all, this eagle was the guardian of the 4th layer, possessing unparalleled power. There are 7 of them in total. One wields light and likely belongs to the Holy Court. The aura around that girl isn't weak. She must hold some significance within the court, the shadowy figure spoke. The Holy Court? The voice from within the cave resonated again, tinged with awe. Although the Holy Court was situated not in the ghost realm but in the human realm, its influence and power ranked among the top in the Great Thousand Worlds. And there's another who demands attention. He exudes a powerful heat. I suspect he might be the Sacred Flame, murmured the eagle-faced man, his voice filled with fervor. Sacred Flame? The moment the eagle-faced man uttered these words, the creature in the cave tensed, and the entire space shook violently. As the third layer guardian and one of Ice and Fire Island's top rulers, it suffered from an internal ailment only the Sacred Flame could cure. If one of these newcomers truly possessed the Sacred Flame, it could offer a solution to his wounds. Even though this person is only at the early 1-star Do Xian level, I sense something concealed within him that unsettles me, the eagle-faced shadow remarked thoughtfully. The creature in the cave gasped at the shadow's words. Should we inform the rulers of the first and second layers? Seeing the creature deep in thought, the eagle-faced man couldn't help but ask. Let's not alert them just yet, it replied. After all, that guy on the first layer is a lunatic. Even as the third layer guardian, the creature shuddered at the mention of the others on the upper levels. Go back. Do not speak of this to anyone, the massive entity in the cave said slowly. I'll handle it, and you will be rewarded. The eagle-faced man nodded and vanished back to the fourth layer. The first layer guy. If I remember correctly, he was once one of the Devourer of Souls followers. When the Devourer vanished, all blame turned on the Master of Ferocious Souls. Even knowing he couldn't win, that lunatic still attacked, massacring many strong figures in the Ferocious Soul domain until the Master intervened and locked him up here. Yet, why do I feel this faint sense of unease? Is it just an illusion? A voice of doubt echoed within the cave. Meanwhile, Xiao Yin and his group of 8 had reached the space guarded by the 9th layer protector. This 9th layer space differed from the 10th. It was surprisingly circular. The space was filled with massive boulders, each one faintly emanating strange energy. Though the rocks appeared haphazard, Xiao Yin sensed a distinct pattern in their arrangement. The entire space, stretching several thousand miles, was entirely encircled by earthy yellow stones. An invisible pressure seemed to weigh upon everyone's hearts. What is this? As soon as Yu Xiaoye entered this peculiar space, she felt a noticeable suppression in her strength, and a heavy feeling welled up inside her. Careful. If I'm not mistaken, this must be a formation. Xiao Yan's gaze deepened, fixing intently on a certain spot in the space where faint energy fluctuations emerged. Boom! Following Xiao Yan's stare, the once still boulders began to shift slowly. Not good, retreat. Xiao Yan shouted, alarmed as the boulders started to move. His powerful soul sensed a tremendous pressure from the formation's layout. He had no doubt that if they were trapped by this formation, their situation could become dire. Boom, boom, boom. The stones, all identical in size, began to move rapidly, gradually forming something around Xiao Yin and the others. Hurry! Stay together! Seeing this, Luine's expression grew grave as she shouted. Normally, she wouldn't concern herself with others' fates, but these people were skilled. Swish, swish. At Greenian's command, the group of 8 immediately positioned themselves back to back. However, the rocks continued to spin relentlessly, showing no signs of stopping. This tremor is terrifying. Moreover, we are likely already trapped within the formation of the 9th level guardian, which puts us at a great disadvantage. Xiao Yan's eyes flickered rapidly as he tried to locate the 9th level guardian. But to no avail, as the rocks were imbued with a very special power, and their speed interfered with Xiao Yan's soul power probing. I think I know who the 9th level guardian is, Greenine suddenly spoke, her gaze fixed on the rotating rocks. Who? The others couldn't help but ask. The shattering stone Brahma scorpion, Greenine slowly replied, her voice carrying an inexplicable weight. The shattering stone Brahma scorpion? The group exchanged incredulous looks, having never heard of such a creature. The shattering stone Brahma scorpion is a powerful soul beast, typically found in desert regions. It prefers damp environments and rarely exposes itself under the harsh sun. But this soul beast is deadly. It carries potent toxins throughout its body, and its tail, the deadly scorpion stinger, is especially dangerous. Their stinger is shattering in nature. Once struck, the deadly poison quickly spreads, and there's no cure. That's why it's called the shattering stone Brahma scorpion. I once read in an ancient text that a shattering stone Brahma scorpion with just a late-stage 1-star Do Xian strength could use its stinger to annihilate a 2-star Do Xian powerhouse. Xiaoyan spoke, each word deliberate. Xiaoyan knew this because of Kailin. After all, this creature, whether on the Do Qi continent or in the mystic Three Heavens deserts, was a subordinate of the Medusa clan, so Xiaoyan had learned a bit about it. Crack, crack. As the group spoke, a small gap suddenly appeared among the rotating rocks. From within that gap, a deep brown creature gazed at them with an expression that could only be described as one of hunger. The shattering stone Brahma scorpion. It had a long, slender body covered in a tough outer shell. Its body twisted sharply in places, releasing an intense toxic aura, and its tail, an enormous scorpion stinger nearly 10 meters long, slowly swayed. This thing, its strength is probably on par with a perfect 2-star Do Xian. Lei Shi immediately assessed. You can't judge this creature by normal standards. I'll break the formation. The rest of you, handle the rest, Xiaoyan ordered. Earth Monkey, Shuiyu, you two focus on defense. Don't let its poison touch you. Lei Shi will attack. Everyone else, stay back. Yu Yifeng gave the command. Roar. The shattering stone Brahma scorpion stood atop a rock, its gaze fixated on the 8 below, as if they were the most delicious meal. Fire flame. A moment later, Xiaoyan's eyes snapped open, and he punched toward the shattering stone Brahma scorpion. The punch carried an intensely scorching flame aura, raising the temperature in the space surrounded by the rock formation considerably. Gurgle, gurgle. The shattering stone Brahma scorpion made strange noises as it suddenly swung its claws, releasing deep brown energy beams to intercept Xiaoyan's fiery attack. Swish, swish. When the two forces collided, the air rippled violently. The high temperature of the flames was a natural counter to the shattering stone Brahma scorpion, so this clash was evenly matched. After a brief exchange, the creature realized these opponents were no ordinary threats. Its form vanished into the rocks, using the formation's cover in an attempt to launch a deadly ambush. This beast is crafty. Shuiyu cursed as she watched the creature retreat into the rocks after evading Xiaoyan's attack. Don't worry, the formation is simple, Xiaoyan said, his dazzling internal energy flowing into his dantian, and a powerful core inscription slowly emanated. This guy. Yu Yifeng and Lei Shi were about to move, but seeing the creature disappear into the rocks, they lost their target and could only stand by helplessly. Boom, boom, boom. As Yu Yifeng and the others waited around Xiaoyan to break the rock formation and flush out the creature's true form, a massive deep brown scorpion stinger, over 100 feet long, suddenly shot out from the rocks. It was too fast. The venomous stinger of the shattering stone Brahma scorpion is the very essence of its being, concentrated with the poisons and power it has amassed over a lifetime. If hit by this stinger, even a strong fighter at the early 3-star Do Xian level would face certain death at the hands of this perfected 2-star Do Xian level scorpion. Xiaoya. The attack came so abruptly that no one had noticed it until it was almost too late. Damn it, I miscalculated. This beast. Xiaoyan muttered as he focused on gathering his core inscriptions for a decisive strike to shatter the rock formation. However, he had overlooked the intelligence and cunning of the shattering stone Brahma scorpion. Barrier of light. Just at this critical moment, Lu Qing, who was closest to Yu Xiaoya, sprang into action. She raised her slender arm, crushing a scroll in her hand. Instantly, a milky white beam descended gently, enveloping everyone nearby. Under the soothing light, their exhausted Do Qi and even their minds were reinvigorated. A peak Saint-grade light-type defensive Do skill scroll. This girl really doesn't hold back, Xiaoyan murmured with admiration. Xiaoyan, now's your chance. Lu Qing shouted to Xiaoyan, as she temporarily halted the scorpion's attack with the scroll. "Leave it to me. Beast, surrender now." Xiao Yin gave a slight smile, directing the 27,000 core inscriptions he had gathered not toward himself, but at the rock formation concealing the shattering stone Brahma scorpion. Along with them, he unleashed his own fire-type Do Xian power. The scorpion's overwhelming strength and cunning would be futile. Its fate was now sealed. At this moment, the proud shattering stone Brahma scorpion, trapped by Lu Qing's defensive Do skill, felt an intense dread. Only now did it realize these intruders into its guarded 9th level were not ordinary. "Fall to me." Xiao Yan's eyes shot open as he locked his fierce gaze onto the scorpion hidden within the rock formation. With him came his immense soul power, fixating on the scorpion as the 27,000 core inscriptions shot toward the formation like an apocalyptic beam. Boom, boom, boom. Within the formation, the rocks spun rapidly, emanating a strange force that suppressed everyone. The scorpion's figure was perfectly obscured by the swirling stones. But with Xiao Yan's soul power locking it in place, no strength of the formation could withstand the impact of his core inscriptions. Clatter. The moment the invisible inscriptions touched the formation, the rapidly rotating rocks grew restless and then visibly slowed. "This guy has some remarkable spiritual power," Lu Qing muttered, impressed as she glanced at Xiao Yan. There was no doubt. Training spiritual power was even rarer than soul power. Xiao Yan's recent strike, clearly based on his spiritual strength, only deepened Lu Qing's curiosity about his identity. Grr. The shattering stone Brahma scorpion realized the threat of Xiao Yan's attack. Although it wasn't directly targeting the scorpion, once the rock formation broke, it would lose its best protection, making it much harder to defeat these intruders. With a sharp hiss, the scorpion's stinger shot forward, aimed at Xiao Yan, who was now suspended and at a standoff with the rock formation. This time, however, the venomous stinger carried an even more ferocious energy. If it struck Xiao Yan, he would pay a grave price. Lei Shi now. Yue Feng and Lei Shi, who had been carefully observing the battle, prepared for their moment to act. Their target was the scorpion itself, while Xiao Yan worked on breaking the rock formation's interference. Seeing the scorpion attack, they moved without hesitation. Swish. "Humans. You've broken my formation. Now face death by my sting." The shattering stone Brahma scorpion bellowed in fury. If its rock formation was destroyed, it knew it would stand no chance against these opponents. Even the presence of a 3-star Do Xian alone was a grave threat, not to mention the other powerful 2-star Do Xians. "Kill me? Let's see if you have the skill." Xiao Yan responded with a grin. "Xiao Yan, don't worry about the formation, just focus on breaking it. Leave this to us." Just as Xiao Yan was about to act, Yue Feng's voice echoed softly, and 2 figures appeared directly before him, shimmering with green wind energy and silver lightning energy. "Almost there. Break it now." Xiao Yan glanced at the sudden attack, unperturbed. After all, Yue Feng and Lei Shi had already made their move. He only needed to concentrate on breaking the rock formation. Whoosh! The poison scorpion's tail struck Yue Feng without missing, but Yue Feng and Lei Shi used some means to temporarily block it. Bang! 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 Soon, Xiao Yan's eyes deepened as the brilliant core inscription flashed, forcefully shattering the rock formation. Once the rock formation was destroyed, the countless rocks stopped spinning and stood quietly on the ground. On one of the largest yellow-brown stones, the shattering stone Brahma scorpion opened its beastly eyes, filled with hatred, as if it wanted to devour Xiao Yan. "Heh, now let's see where you run to." Yue Feng smirked, his body suddenly surging with 2-star Do Xian power, shaking the poison scorpion back temporarily. His figure vanished like a ghost, instantly heading toward the shattering stone Brahma scorpion at its highest point. Wind-type energy was naturally terrifying in speed. Guru. Realizing the danger, the shattering stone Brahma scorpion emitted strange sounds, and a dense mist of color began to spread around its body. From within the colorful mist, lethal toxins slowly formed, enough to easily erase anyone nearby. Wind-soaring technique. A cold snort appeared next to the shattering stone Brahma scorpion, and 5 powerful hurricanes, each dozens of yards wide, surrounded Yu Yifeng. With a wave of his hand, they shot toward the scorpion. Grumble. The wind-type Do Xian power easily dispersed the protective colorful mist of the shattering stone Brahma scorpion, and the hurricane continued without weakening, carrying tremendous killing force that could easily erase the creature. No. Only then did the shattering stone Brahma scorpion issue a furious roar, its beastly eyes enlarging as the hurricane rapidly expanded in its vision. The next moment, it was violently pierced through its body. Boom! With a powerful blow from Yu Yifeng, the shattering stone Brahma scorpion's body turned deep and dark, showing signs of swelling. Not good. It's about to self-destruct. Fall back. Lei Shi hadn't made a move, intending to protect, but now, seeing the shattering stone Brahma scorpion about to be killed by Yu Yifeng, unease swept over him. The scorpion had accumulated toxins over many years. If it self-destructed now, they could be in danger. Roast the poisoned scorpion. Just as everyone panicked, Xiao Yan's voice, full of mockery, slowly echoed. A burst of crimson flames shot out toward the shattering stone Brahma scorpion. As the red flames appeared, the shattering stone Brahma scorpion's body was immediately engulfed, and the self-destruct signs were completely suppressed. Under the intense heat, its vitality rapidly drained. Inside the red flames, 2 types of sacred flame power were mixed in, but Xiao Yan had set up an illusion to conceal their true nature from everyone. Layer 9 done. After a while, as the shattering stone Brahma scorpion completely vanished, Xiao Yan spoke slowly. The others stood stunned. They were well aware of how tough the shattering stone Brahma scorpion's body was. Even though it had been severely wounded by Yu Yifeng, the fact that Xiao Yan had burned it into nothingness so easily showed that his flames were no ordinary fire. As the shattering stone Brahma scorpion disappeared, a passageway slowly appeared on the massive rock. It was, indeed, the passage leading out of this space after defeating the 9th layer guardian. Phew. The 10th layer guardian is a 2-star Do Xian mid-stage soul beast, and the 9th layer was a 2-star Do Xian perfect stage soul beast. Seems like the 8th layer will feature a soul beast that could rival a 3-star Do Xian human. After defeating the shattering stone Brahma scorpion, the group didn't hurry to leave. The soul beast waiting in the 8th layer would be even more terrifying, so they decided to recover their Do Chi first. Fortunately, the techniques they practiced were of high rank, and before long, their Do Chi was fully restored. When Yu Yifeng mentioned the 3-star Do Xian level soul beast, everyone's expressions darkened. They knew well that 2-star Do Xian and 3-star Do Xian were a critical dividing line. Let me give you a bit of a warning in advance. The young girl, Luin, looked at Yu Yifeng seriously after everyone had recovered their Do Chi. What? Yu Yifeng responded, clearly surprised. I have a very strong feeling of unease about the 8th level. I suggest you be prepared to retreat immediately if things get out of hand, Luin said with a serious expression. Though Luin wanted to devour a certain creature on Ice and Fire Island to restore her strength, she knew that if they couldn't win, retreat would be their only option. After all, there was always another day. A very strong feeling of unease? Xiao Yan murmured slowly, obviously unable to sense anything unusual himself. The person you're looking to save is likely on the 8th level, but the guardian of that level gives off a deadly aura, Luin warned. Frankly, with just this group, you don't stand a chance. If he's at the strength of a 3-star Do Xian, then you might have a 50% chance, Luin added, glancing at Xiao Yan without hiding the truth. Do you know what kind of soul beast guards the 8th level? Lei Shi asked, unable to contain his curiosity. I don't. Each level's guardian on Ice and Fire Island appears at random. For instance, the soul beast you encountered last time on the 10th level won't be the same as this time's, though their strengths would be similar, Luin explained seriously. We'll take it step by step, Yu Yifeng murmured, nodding to himself. The reason they'd come to rescue that person was due to a commission from a powerful figure of the Ghost Realm. Although the Yu clan was somewhat reluctant and found many loopholes in the commission, they had no choice but to proceed, given the overwhelming influence of the Ghost Realm's elite. If they angered that powerful figure from the Ghost Realm, it would mean the destruction of the entire Yu clan. Let's get going, Lu Qing said after a short pause. Yes, let's see what treasures this level holds. As for the 8th level, we'll need to strategize carefully, Shueyu added with a smile. Everyone nodded slightly and headed toward the exit, unwilling to give up with victory so close. Furthermore, their squad had both Yu Yifeng, a strong mid 3-star Do Xian, and Xiao Yin, an alchemist with nearly immortal soul strength. Breaking through the 8th level didn't seem impossible. Thud. After leaving the Guardian's chamber of the 9th level, they smoothly entered a pitch-black passage. Tap, tap, tap. Just as they entered, torches on the walls suddenly ignited, illuminating the path ahead. The temperature on the 9th level is quite chilly, remarked Yu Xiaoya, who was much calmer now and less panicked when facing danger. Back at home, Yu Xiaoya had always been the young miss, defeating numerous challengers who, as she later realized, lost intentionally to gain her favor. In a real life-and-death battle, she likely wouldn't have lasted long. Fortunately, this experience had taught her a lot. Strange. Why does my soul feel a faint sense of unease? Xiao Yin wondered aloud as they walked through the corridor toward where the treasure and captives were held. Initially, he'd paid little heed to Luin's warning, but as they progressed, the feeling of unease only grew. Xiao Yin, whose soul power was close to reaching the immortal realm, rarely felt such apprehension. To trigger this reaction would likely require a genuine immortal soul presence. Cultivating an immortal soul was no small feat, requiring not only talent, but also the formation of a spirit palace. Upon reaching the immortal realm, soul power would undergo a fundamental transformation, turning from scattered energy in the soul sea into a powerful, cohesive spirit palace. With the spirit palace, one could reign supreme. We're here, Yu Yifeng announced, bringing everyone's attention back to the present. Before them stood a golden treasure chest, identical to the ones on the previous levels. Xiaoya, go ahead, Yu Yifeng instructed when he noticed no one else moving. Me. Despite her growth through previous battles, Yu Xiaoya still hesitated. Yu Xiaoya nodded slightly at the words, then gathered her courage and stepped forward with a graceful stride, as though moving like a serene lotus. Hope there's something good in there. The other members of the Hawkeye squad couldn't help but comment as they watched Yu Xiaoya's approach. Although they served their clan, each of them harbored personal motives. Living constantly on the edge, they knew that a significant find could be their ticket to a life of ease, one that would allow them to abandon this dangerous line of work and settle down somewhere. With a gentle push from her delicate hand, the golden chest creaked open under everyone's watchful gaze. As soon as it opened, a brilliant golden light flooded the entire passageway, filling the air with an intense radiance. What is this? Xiao Yin murmured, taken aback by the unusual spectacle. Behind him, the ancient ruler of heavenly flames emitted a faint heat. This, profound crystal? Seeing the dazzling golden glow, Yu Yifeng hurried forward. Upon seeing the object nestled within the chest, he blurted out in surprise. Profound crystal? Hearing the intense excitement in Yu Yifeng's voice, Xiao Yin couldn't help but ask. An item capable of stirring a mid-level 3-star Do Xian expert was certainly no ordinary treasure. Profound crystal is a highly sought-after material for crafting weapons, Yu Yifeng explained. On the Great Thousand Worlds, those who forge weapons are called divine weapon forgers. Their lives are dedicated to the art of weapon crafting, and their ultimate ambition is to create a peerless divine weapon. However, even the most skilled craftsmen cannot conjure creations without rare materials, and profound crystal is one of the best for forging divine weapons. With profound crystal, plus other rare materials, one could forge an exceptionally powerful weapon, at least of the immortal class, Lu Qing added with a brief explanation. Now I see, Xiao Yin nodded, finally understanding why his ancient ruler of heavenly flames had reacted to it. Immortal class weapons are divided by rank. A first-rank immortal weapon, for example, can enhance the strength of a 1-star Do Xian, and it's ideally suited for those at the same rank. Yet for a 2-star Do Xian, it may prove cumbersome. Immortal weapons progress up to the 9th rank, suitable for warriors of the 9-star Do Xian level. Above the 9th rank lies the so-called divine weapon, rumored to wield godlike powers beyond human comprehension. According to legend, Those who possess a divine weapon are nearly invincible. In the Great Thousand Worlds, divine weapons are merely a legend. No living being has ever witnessed one. Based on Xiao Yan's knowledge, various materials are used to forge weapons, but the best known to him so far were items like millennial cold iron. The value of profound crystal, however, was indisputably greater. Inside the radiant chest, Xiao Yan saw a piece of golden metal about the size of a palm standing quietly in the center. Through his powerful soul sense, he detected a faint hint of life within its golden glow. Our Yu clan could really use this. I won't be polite about taking it. Yu Yifeng gave Xiao Yan a light smile, then carefully stored the crystal in his storage ring. Xiao Yan nodded slightly, feeling no qualms. He had already taken the wood-type Do skill scroll from the 10th level, so taking anything else might be pushing it, even though this profound crystal was indeed precious. Quite the lucky find. With this profound crystal, we might be able to forge an immortal weapon. A Do Xian warrior wielding an immortal weapon would gain a significant power boost, tipping the balance in battles of equal strength. Shui Yu and the others commented with a smile. All right, let's see what kind of villain awaits us on this level, Yu Yifeng said, securing the profound crystal. The prisoner on the 9th level might have information on the 8th, or else this vague feeling of unease about the 8th level is going to persist. Understood. The group nodded, moving past the chest and heading deeper into the passage. Rustle. Could it be that something's approaching? It's been a long time since any living thing has entered. As Xiao Yan and his group moved forward, a low, beast-like growl echoed from the depths of the 9th level. What is that? The team carefully approached the end of the passage, where, unlike before, no stone door obstructed their view. Instead, they found themselves facing an immense circular corridor. What's going on here? Seeing the scene before them, everyone couldn't help but frown. Just sensing the piercingly cold aura emanating from the silver sword, it was evident that this was no ordinary weapon. This 9th level, the place where evildoers are imprisoned, is probably a sword array, Luine remarked calmly, a trace of relief in her voice. A sword array? Xiao Yan nodded in agreement, having already detected the faint yet overwhelming power of confinement emanating from the silver sword above. Let's take a look inside. The passageway to the 8th level is also within, Yu Yifeng said after a moment's consideration. Although they had defeated the guardian of the 9th level, that didn't necessarily mean the evildoers of this level would be released. Defeating the guardian was one matter. The place imprisoning the evildoers was another. Humans, huh? It's been ages since I last saw any humans enter here. Xiao Yan and Yu Yifeng stood at the forefront of the group, walking past the outermost silver swords and reaching the edge of the sword array within. This guy, there's something eerie about his energy. At first glance at the evildoer of the 9th level, Lu Qing felt a wave of revulsion surge from the depths of her soul. The evildoer was a wiry middle-aged man, appearing around the same age as Yu Yifeng. Judging by his strength, he seemed to be in the late 2-star Do Xian stage, comparable to Lei Shi. However, what stood out was the peculiar silver sword piercing his chest. Oddly enough, the silver sword didn't seem intent on killing him. Instead, it emitted a faint, soft white light that enveloped his body. Bathed in the milky white glow, the man appeared utterly drained. His movements feeble, and even speaking seemed to require great effort. This man belongs to the dark type, Lu Qing said after recovering slightly, pointing at the mysterious figure before them. Dark type? Xiao Yan was taken aback. The dark and light types had been mortal enemies since ancient times, which explained Lu Qing's visceral reaction earlier. Do you know anything about the guardian of the 8th level? Shui Yu asked directly. What if I do? What if I don't? The mysterious man, long accustomed to the eternal darkness of his confinement, responded indifferently. If you know anything about the 8th level guardian, we can strike a deal. We'll free you from this damned sword array, Xiao Yan offered, his apprehension about the 8th level growing. I don't know, just as she doesn't. The mysterious man chuckled wryly. You. Luine was momentarily stunned by his response. The man wasn't wrong. The guardians of Ice and Fire Island appeared randomly, and no one could predict their identities. Asking him was indeed pointless. Then you'll remain in this eternal darkness forever. The entrance is here. Let's go, Yu Yifeng said, leading the group past the sword array toward the entrance behind it. Ignoring the mysterious man, they all poured into the passage leading to the 8th level, unaware of the brutal slaughter awaiting them. The seals on each level were designed to suppress the evildoers within, not to hinder external challengers. The beings on the 8th level. Even a 4-star Docian expert would avoid them. Your little group may have one decent soul user, but if you think you can handle her, you're just marching to your deaths, the mysterious man said with a smirk, watching them enter the passage. He was imprisoned here for using his dark-type abilities to annihilate an entire city of tens of thousands of people. This act of mass slaughter had earned him his title as an evildoer. As for the reason behind the massacre, simply to prove the strength of his dark-type power.